I was reasonably comfortable, I think, with numbers most of the time. I was very far from being a natural at maths, something that's only too apparent now. I'm trying to teach my kids at home at the moment. In fact, I didn't do A-level mathematics, which is very unusual, actually, for an economist. And having not done that, that came back to bite me later on. I had to sort of self-teach myself one very difficult summer before I went off to do further study in economics. So comfortable, yes, but very far from being a natural when it came to all matters maths. The very basics of numeracy, of numbers, and indeed some of the more advanced aspects of maths and mathematics, they're very much part and parcel of my everyday work. That involves trying to understand the economy, and in large part that is a numbers game. It's looking at numbers on the jobs in the economy, incomes in the economy, the cost of living in the economy, and trying to glue those numbers together, like solving a gigantic Sudoku puzzle, really, to make sense of how well, or at the moment, how badly the economy is doing. We also use, as a way of understanding the economy, quite complex mathematical models, and that draws upon a slightly more technical set of mathematical skills. So really my use of maths is every day. It's absolutely fundamental to what I do, and it bridges from the very basic I'd have been taught in primary school right through to the very advanced I was taught at university. Extracting the stories about people's everyday lives is absolutely crucial for making sense of the economy. Now, from those conversations all across the UK, one common theme that came out, whoever you spoke to and wherever you spoke to them, was the difficulty some people were finding in their everyday budgeting. How to make ends meet, how to spend money wisely, how to invest money wisely, how to avoid some of the pitfalls of the wrong type of debt. That's been a very common theme over very many years among the people I've spoken to, and having those conversations helped me to understand just how difficult those budgeting choices were for people, particularly when those people didn't necessarily have the core number skills they needed to make those budget choices widely. So basic budgeting, these are my incomings, these are my outgoings, was often a core missing ingredient for a great many people, and a core reason why they found themselves struggling with money in some cases, struggling with debt in others, as a consequence feeling very stressed about the financial situation they found themselves in. So there's a natural bridge really between the day job, understanding the economy and financial system, and the key role of numeracy in helping people make better decisions and the economy perform better. For a great many people across the UK, we probably have, I don't know, anywhere between a quarter and a third of the workforce inactive right now, either unemployed or underemployed because they've been furloughed from their job. And for those people, between a quarter and a third, their incomes will have taken a big hit, and they will be definitely feeling financially stretched. All of our evidence at the Bank of England suggests the degree of stretch for a great many people is very considerable right now. And that really underlines the even greater importance of that basic budgeting I mentioned earlier on, how to ensure that diminished income can make ends meet. It's going to test people's number skills perhaps as never before. So there's a direct impact of this COVID crisis on people's budgets and upon their budgeting. And that means numbers and numeracy have perhaps never been more important than just right now in helping people make good choices and bridge through this period of difficulty and uncertainty for millions and millions of people right across the country. Well, in some ways, although no one would have wished a period of underemployment on so many people, it does offer a little bit of an opportunity for people to reskill, to retrain in a way that's going to serve them very well when the world returns to a degree of normality. Perhaps they are looking to improve their productivity in work. Perhaps they're even looking for a new job. And if they're doing either or both of those two things, what better time to use some of that free time to skill up on numbers, to improve their numeracy skills. We know from the evidence that a great many people across the UK don't have the number skills they need to make good everyday choices. Perhaps as much as a half of the working population isn't where they would wish to be, and that worries them. The evidence also suggests it worries them greatly. So perhaps we can use the time available in people's hands right now to invest in developing those number skills and perhaps digital skills as well. And that's really where national numeracy can have a really important role to play right now. Taking our challenge can be a gateway, a starting point for people beginning to improve their numbers skills. We know from the thousands of people that have done the challenge already that this is a great vehicle to improve your skills and become more confident. And as so many people across the UK need that right now, and perhaps have the time to do that, what better time to make the match? I'm Andy Haldane, and I'm a numbers person.